Hey guys, what's up? It is your friendly neighborhood Ooze here, back again with another Binding of Isaac Afterbirth video. We're doing the daily run. Apparently it's Maggie, and we are going to Mom. That's interesting. I think I'm going to try and go for a speedy victory on this one. Maybe not, actually. Now that I think about it, I feel like it might actually just be straight up harder to get high scores if you're only going to Mom. So maybe I'll actually try to get a super high score on a shorter run. I think that sounds pretty fun, to be honest with you. So one of the most important things to do when going for scores, of course, pick up as many consumables as physically possible. And to some extent, you don't want to pick up every item, but I always pick up every item, because why would I not pick up items? That's not true. I do actually ditch quite a few items. You know what? No, you know what? We're backtracking anyway. At some point, we're going to have to backtrack to the boss room no matter what we do. So, fuck it. I was about to say, well, why don't I just do the boss while I'm here? But that's just stupid. Why would I think that? Why would that thought even cross my mind for a memento? I don't know, because I'm stupid. Also, this is Curse of Darkness Burning Basement, which basically means that I'm fucking actually blind. I don't know what video game looks like, TBH. Never seen one. At least not this one. Oh shit, yeah, bum friend. Give me that shit. He is greedy, which I don't know how I feel about that. But he is bum friend. And one thing I adore about bum friend is, of course, the potential to get super bum, who is pretty cool. Not the best, but pretty fucking sweet. Alright. So far, so good. I'm not hurting. Not hurting too bad. Yeah, you saw that? Oh shit, I shouldn't have picked that up. Whoops. Ooh. It's probably fucking gone. Probably just definitely lost my spirit heart. That was a bad mistake to make. Okay. Alright. There we go. Now all we have is two monsters. Holy crap, did I not get hit by any of those enemies? I'm leaving it the potential of being hit completely open because I'm bad and I'm gonna get hit. But right now, I mean, I feel good. I feel like this one is okay. I feel like we're in a surviving situation. I feel like I didn't lose my spirit heart, probably. But it's possible. I am bad. I didn't lose it. I'm incredible. I do not like stem cells as my first real item pickup. That doesn't feel good, actually, at all. That's really bad, I think. Well, I mean, it is me, so. Holy fuck. Alright. That was probably the closest I've ever been to walking over spikes without actually walking over spikes. Whew! That was spoopy, dude. Holy crapola. I like all these consumable drops. I don't like these really fucking awful items that I tend to get. And by I mean we, because it's a daily. So everybody has the same seed, and nobody is worse off than anybody else. Technically. That's not entirely accurate, though. Because there are little things that you can do to influence the randomness, even if it's seeded. You can do little tiny things. For example, it was proven by somebody on the Isaac subreddit that if you pick up an item before re-rolling it, you actually change the seeding of the re-roll. Which is a very bizarre thing. That's not a thing that has really been even potentially considered until it was just fucking straight up out of the blue proven. Because, you know, it's like, oh, well, obviously it's seeded to give me the thing. And it's very weird, too, because it doesn't always actually, okay, that's not fair. We're gonna have to fucking spread up. Okay. So it's a weird situation, right? Because even if you do pick up the item before rerolling. It can still give you the same item that it was gonna be if you didn't pick up the item. That's still a possibility, but you do like further the RNG seeding to some extent via picking up an item. And this is of course referring to spacebar items in case that wasn't explicitly clear. I apologize if I confused you. I hope I didn't. Dude, the slippery poop slick is not the way I prefer to live. Krampus. This is probably the best situation to fight fucking Krampus in, except for the whole pinwheel bullshit. You need to just fucking stop. There we go. Okay, I'll go with Lump of Coal. That's fine and dandy. Temperance is actually really helpful. I'm gonna pop it on this floor. Go, bum friend. I believe in you, broski. Oh. Oh my. Oh. Just pick it up, broski. Look at that shit. What is that? It's a 2 of clubs. Hey. The question marks. I placed it in probably the worst possible location, so I don't feel great about that. I do like the black feather, though. That is an item I adore. You know what I should do, actually? What is this? Devil. Okay. So what I should do is this. It didn't give me an extra one. The dream is dead. It's alright. The devil is pretty good. Of course we're going to backtrack, because we got at least a half red heart there, and there's definitely more back further. But we can also utilize this to go into our boss gauntlet, and hopefully poop on their faces. I don't know. I mean, that'd be cool, right? That's not weird. Shut up. You're weird. Just because I like pooping on faces, that doesn't make me weird, okay? Although realistically, I think fucking scat might be the most disgusting thing. The idea of having a fetish for human feces is really fucking disgusting to me, to be honest. But I'm also into some weird fucking depraved shit, so whatever, man. I mean, I'm not judging, I'm just explaining, right? I'm explaining my personal, what do you call? Something. My personal something. I don't know. Bams. Okay. Okay. Can buy one thing. Buying the card. Woo! 2 hearts. That's actually literally perfect. I was about to say, I really want 2 hearts. And I didn't say it, but the game knew. Alright, it knew. Oh, that was horseshit, and you know it. Video game, you need to fucking go home. You're drunk. You're drunk. I'll be smart about this, of course, and blow up every rock that I possibly can for the very slight potential of finding a, what do you call it? Crawl space. This is a lot of rocks to blow up. And I don't believe there's a crawl space. Well, that was a bit of a waste of time. Oh, it is Curse the Maze. I was like, hang on. I've seen this room. Okay. Well, I mean, this is going fine. What are these? Oh! I don't know about that. I should probably pop my 2 hearts. And actually, I can take the telepills with me, if I so choose. Okay. Alright, well, I guess I'm taking I Can See Forever, because that's obviously better. What am I doing? I'll be honest, I didn't actually think that that would count as me, like, going past it. I don't know, it was weird. Okay. Toss more health into the pile. So maybe, you know what, maybe I should use this while he's paying out for a higher chance of a heart payout. I don't actually, I guess he can pay out in hearts. He's got to be able to, right? Can't imagine why he wouldn't be able to. Pays out in everything, right? Well, not chests, but faded Polaroid. Interesting. Alright, well, I tried. Let's blow it up. I should have held it while I was blowing it up, actually. Whoops. Infested. That was a good floor. Second floor? That was the second floor, right? Yeah. That was a good second floor. Like a real good one. I can see forever. Alright, I'm going in here because I'm crazy. Excuse me? Alright, there we go. Did you know that there are people who are trying to fucking censor the English language? I know, crazy, right? But one of the things that I've seen, which I find just ridiculous, is the idea that people shouldn't say crazy. And like, I understand the logic, right? But here's my thing, right? I don't think that words shouldn't be used. I don't think that we should avoid using words because they might be hurtful to somebody, right? I don't think that that should happen. I think we shouldn't use words to be either respectful or because it actually has become a slur, right? Crazy is probably like hundreds of years away from becoming a slur, right? If it ever were to become a slur, which I'll be honest, I really don't think it ever would be. Because it's already a very tame word, right? So the idea of being like, hey, don't use crazy because crazy people might take it offensively. Like, that's just fucking dumb. That's crazy, right? That's what crazy is. Oh, penny. Alright, what a great key. Like, I understand, right, why you wouldn't use retard. I use retard because I don't use it as a pejorative towards the mentally handicapped, right? The point of words is you take context plus the word, right, the physical actual word, to create a meaning, right? Now, if you remove context, then the meaning isn't there. All you have is the physical word, the flag, right? And if you have different context, it's a similar situation, right? Like, if your context is different, like if I were to, I don't know, let's just say, you know, go to a fucking mental hospital and be like, hey, yo, like I'm talking on the phone, hey, yo, I'll be right there, just chilling with some tards for a bit. Like, yeah, okay, that's bad. All right, yeah, absolutely. You shouldn't say that. Yes. But context, you need context, right? If I were to say, if I'm hanging with friends, right, I'm chilling out with some buddies of mine, right, and then I'm on the phone with another buddy who's not there, and I say, yeah, I'll be right there, I'm just chilling with some tards. That's fine! What's the problem with that? Firstly, it's great because I love everything about that kind of humor. Also, shit talking your buds is literally just what people, I think, just generally do. I don't know, I've never met anybody who doesn't shit talk their friends. That's like part of the progression of friendship, right? Which I've talked about that before, where it's like when you don't like somebody, your relationship starts out as... holy shit. Your relationship starts out as, like, you two not really even talking, you know? Right? And then it moves to... Well, and then if you go, you know, further to, like, disliking somebody, you're gonna shit talk behind their back, right? That's what's gonna happen. And you're gonna hate them, and you're gonna use awful words like fuck wad, right? And then, right, that's one end of the spectrum. And this is great too, because there's this thing called horseshoe theory, which is a theory that generally contextually refers to extremists. But why did I pick that up? So much reflex in picking up consumables quickly. It normally refers to extremists, right? In terms of the context that's used. I shouldn't step on this. But it's great because it applies here as well. So, one end of the spectrum, you hate the person, you use fucking words like fuckwad and shit stain and fucking whatever else, right? Doesn't matter. Retard, right? Like shit like that, right? That's one end of the spectrum. And then you move towards the middle of the spectrum, and the very middle of the spectrum, there's not much, not much anger at all. It's very respectful. You respect them, their opinions, you know, and you never, ever want to cross paths in terms of opinions, right? You always just want to be together, on point with everything, right? You never want to make them upset, stuff like that. That's like the middle of the spectrum, right? That's what I would say is an acquaintance, right? And then you move towards friend, and then the full end of the spectrum, good friend, where what happens is you're basically doing the same thing as your worst enemy, right? You shit talk all the time, you say horrible things about them, and that's just how you do it, right? And that's just life. That's just how friends operate. Because you want to know why we do it? You want to know why people do that to each other? It's because we know that they can take it. And it's fun to have a giggle at somebody else's expense. Especially if that other person's expense isn't, like, detrimental psychologically to them. Which it won't be if they're a good friend. That's the best part, dude. That's the best thing. So, like, you know, remember your context, friends. If I say, yo, that's crazy, I'm not harming people who are literally in an insane asylum, right? I'm not perpetuating anything. It's a pejorative, yeah, but it's not aimed at those people. What do you mean those people? You filthy fucking asshole. Fucking shit, misogynist, racist, fucking sexist, pig, shit, lord, stupid, fuck boy. Speaking of which, for people who get upset about words while not taking context into account, they sure do like using the pejorative for men who get raped in prison to describe any men they don't like. It's a very weird sort of thing, huh? If you don't know what I'm referring to, the term fuckboy is a pejorative towards fuckboys, right? It's towards men who are in prison, who are essentially designated as the sexual object, because prison's fucked up, alright? So if you're gonna complain about people using the term bossy and start a fucking campaign about it, stop using the word fuckboy, you insensitive assholes. Alright? Thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks for listening. I don't give a shit if you use the term fuckboy. I'm just saying have some moral consistency. That's all I care about. You can use whatever fucking words you want. They don't bother me. They're just words. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is I'm just saying, you know? You feel me? Come on. There you go. God damn it, what is that angle? He He's like, here, I was here, and he's like, let me just shoot straight fucking diagonally. Like, if I actually stayed here, it wouldn't have hit me. That's fucking annoying. If I stayed directly in his line of fire, it wouldn't have hit me. It's horseshit, man. I also am not digging the idea that I'm not one-shotting bonies with a full I am? That's weird, because I definitely tested a few times. That's the first time I've one-shot a bony. Weird, huh? It seems inconsistent. That's not good, huh? Well, I fucking hate bonies. Ah! Bruh, ah! Bruh. Nandayo. Right? Bringing it back. It's been a while since I've said fucking nandayo. I don't even know if that's like the actual correct thing. I apologize to any people who speak Japanese. I'm so sorry. Wow, those were really bad payouts. I do enjoy the Emperor. I'm gonna pop Ounces. I should have popped this a long time ago, but I didn't know that I was gonna get the Emperor. For a second, I thought that I had permanent flight. I don't know why. Because I went through that room without a care in the world. Okay. I mean, that's good. I probably shouldn't have picked it up immediately, but it's too late to apologize. It's too late. Ooh, chaos card. Ooh, Joker. Yeah, I'll take Athame. I don't know how to pronounce it. Well, I'm gonna take this chaos card. I'm gonna be happy about it. I'm gonna roll with this shit all the way to the goddamn bank. Don't know why I'd bring a chaos card to the bank. Huh. So what's interesting about chaos card, in case you don't know, it is a reference to a Magic the Gathering card, because Edmund sure does love his Magic. That's fucking horseshit, and you know it, game. It's a reference to the card Chaos Orb, which pretty much has the same effect as Chaos card, and it's also, it is one of the only cards. I don't actually, this is coming out straight out of my asshole. I don't know if this is true, but I mean, I know it's true about this card. I don't know other examples. The thing I was trying to say was, it's one of the only cards from a real Magic the Gathering set that is not legal in any format, not even Vintage. And that is because it does something that is not in the rulebook, basically. So what it does is, it's a really poorly costed card, very, very overcosted if I remember correctly. I think it's like 4 mana. It might be 2. It's either 4 or 2. I know that those are two completely different numbers, but trust me, I mean, it's a tough thing. All right. There's no telepills in here. I know that. Okay. Chariot. All right. Well, that'll do. So it has an activated ability. It's a mono artifact, because back then that's how they distinguished that an artifact would basically be used once a turn. This was before they were like, yeah, it's okay to tap artifacts. So it's a mono artifact, which means once a turn. And what it does is pretty fucking weird. Basically, you pick up the card, you flip it onto, like you'd flip a coin, right? And what you do then, this is horseshit, game. Really? How do I beat this room without getting hit? Like, the only time I've ever been able to beat this room without being hit is when I'm fucking erroneously overpowered. Any hoozle. You'd flip it like you flip a coin, right? Up into the air, so it makes one full rotation, as the card specifies, of course. And then it lands on the table, and what it does then is it destroys every permanent it's in contact with. That was fair, by the way. That was incredibly fair. I appreciate that, Mr. Mask. That literally just suction cupped yourself onto me and stopped me from having Spirit Hearts. That was really nice. You made up for the Hierophant that I picked up. I was thinking to myself, I didn't really want a Hierophant, you know? It destroys every permanent that it lands on, right? That's the effect. Broken, clearly. Also, pretty much impossible to balance, I guess? Because there, you can organize your play space, your board, any way that you want, right? And your opponent, as well, can ask you to... I fucking stepped on spikes. What a dumbass. Your opponent can ask you to alter your playboard in case you are doing something that makes it either distracting or difficult to understand the game state or anything like that, right? So it's basically, it's a trust thing between you and your opponent about the way that you organize your side of the board. It's cool, sure. Oh, didn't get a deal with double. That's alright. That was a pretty good score, to be honest with you. Hey, look, top 20 for both. I'm incredible. Haha. Or it's 30 minutes after the thing launched. So yeah, basically, it's a difficult thing to balance, first of all. And secondly, there's this hilarious urban myth. It's never been proven. There's no actual eyewitnesses, but it's been perpetuated throughout the years. Even I knew about it before I actually knew what Chaos Orb was. The idea was some guy in a tournament was playing against his opponent. He had like a gigantic board in front of him. Like the opponent was going to just smash his face in. And he had Chaos Orb. And he was like, wait a second. Picks up the Chaos Orb, and this was back, of course, this is Alpha, I think. So before card sleeves were really a thing. You could get like those really floppy penny sleeves and stuff, but no like actual card sleeves. So everybody played without sleeves, which is why all Alpha cards are really bad quality. And if you find a good one, it's worth like millions of dollars. Not literally, but lots of money. Anyway, so he takes his Chaos Orb, right, and rips it into like 6 pieces, and then flings them into the air. And then it lands, and every tiny shred of the Chaos Orb lands on an opponent's permanent, and he full board wipes him. Lands and all, just takes him out of the game and wins it, right? Destroys his own card to win the game. Now, there's a lot of problems with that story. 1, obviously it didn't happen. 2, it's illegal in every single possible respect of game rules. He broke every single rule that exists when it comes to, using cards, basically. Because, I mean, he didn't actually follow the text, right? He destroyed his own card, which technically is allowed, but the judge will rewind back to before the card was destroyed, and the card will be removed. This is generally what will happen if it's just a simple like F&M situation. Rewind before the card was destroyed, right? Assuming that it was intentional. Get rid of the card. It doesn't exist anymore, and put a basic land back into the opponent's deck. I don't know if you shuffle it in for that game, but you need a 60-card deck before the next game. Anyway, a lot of problems with that story, but it's funny. And Chaos Card is a reference to Chaos Orb. And there was also, I believe, I'm going to look this up real quick. I believe there was an unhinged card. So Chaos Orb was in, limited edition beta and limited edition alpha. Apparently it also existed in unlimited? I don't believe that. No, that's horseshit. That is horseshit. Anyway, there is like an unhinged card, right? Chaos. I don't know, just search Chaos. Or Unglued, probably. So they've made 2 joke sets in Magic the Gathering before, which is pretty cool. No, it's not Chaos something. I'm gonna find it, though. I think it's from... I'm pretty sure it's from Unglued. But they've made, like, joke sets, which are pretty fun to play with, to be honest. Unseries. Let's go both. I'm gonna find this, alright? The episode was short, so I'm gonna lengthen it by finding this thing. But they're really funny. So, I mean, like, the unhinged and unglued cards are pretty funny. Like, here's one. Blacker Lotus. Blacker Lotus, 0 mana artifact. Tap, tear Blacker Lotus into pieces, add 4 mana of any one color to your mana pool. Play this ability as a mana source, remove the pieces from the game afterwards. That's another reference to the Chaos Orb urban myth. Let's see what else there is. Oh, here we go. Chaos Confetti. 4 mana artifact, 4 mana tap. Tear Chaos Confetti into pieces. Throw the pieces onto the playing area from a distance of at least 5 feet. Destroy each card in play that a piece touches. Remove these pieces from the game afterwards. So they even made a joke about it, about this urban myth. It's very funny. It's very interesting. Anyhoozle, thank you everybody for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that good shit, and I'll see you guys back again later tomorrow with another Binding of Isaac Afterbirth video. Until then, though, stay classy, and I want to suck your dick. What was that? Sorry, I was yawning. I don't know what that was. Did you hear that? That was weird. I don't know. That was weird, huh? Yeah, that was weird. What was that? I don't. Whatever. See ya.